Good evening, everyone. Welcome, calling the meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for your patience to the City of Hialeah Council meeting of January 27th, 2026. I'm going to ask the city clerk, Marbellis, can you please lead us in an invocation?
Oh, sir, if we can call the roll
Roll
first.
call first.
Ms. De La Vega,
Present.
Ms. M. Perez is absent. Mr. Rodriguez,
Present.
Ms. G. Perez,
Present.
Mr. Zogby,
Present.
Mr. Marrero.
Present.
Mr. President, you have enough members to conduct business.
Thank you. Invocation, please, Madam Clerk.
Lord, we ask for your continued blessing upon our city. We ask that you grant the members of this council wisdom and understanding in every decision they face. Amen.
Thank you. Kindly all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Madam Clerk, can you read the meeting guidelines?
The following guidelines have been established by the City Council. All lobbyists must register with the city clerk. As a courtesy to others, please refrain from using cellular telephones or other similar electronic devices in the council chamber. A maximum of 3 speakers in favor and 3 speakers in opposition will be allowed to address the council on any one item. Each speaker's comments will be limited to 3 minutes. No signs or placards in support of or in opposition to an item or speaker shall be permitted within the council chamber. Any person, whether participating via the web platform, telephonic conferencing, or physical presence at City Hall, interested in making comments or posing questions on matters of public concern or on any item on the agenda may do so during the meeting. Members of the public may address the City Council on any item pertaining to city business during the comments and questions portion of the meeting. A member of the public is limited to 1 appearance before the City Council, and the speaker's comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Individuals should be respectful of the elected officials and staff and make every effort to speak with a moderate tone using appropriate language and avoiding personal attacks. Member of the public in the audience shall refrain from shouting or making remarks from their seats to the mayor, council members, or staff sitting on the dais. The public can view public meetings on the city's YouTube page.
Thank you. We have presentations. We have 6A, a presentation. I'm not sure if the recipient is here yet. We might skip them and come back. Do we know? Okay, let's go to 6B. Madam Clerk, can you read that into the record?
Mayor Cowell and the City Council recognized January 26, 2026 as Epilepsy Awareness Day in the City of Hialeah with the presentation of a proclamation to the Epilepsy Alliance Florida.
Mayor, you have the floor.
Thank you.
Ah,
Hello, everyone. Do we have Epilepsy Alliance in the house? Awesome. So just want to know, so on January 26th, we recognize Epilepsy Alliance and the meaning behind 1 in 26. Not sure if many of you are aware, but 1 in 26 is a reminder that 1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy in their lifetime. While these numbers are powerful, they also represent real families in our communities, several families in Hialeah who deal with epilepsy. And like many others, my family has firsthand seen how critical it is to have awareness, education, and rapid response from our first responders. I'm deeply grateful for the role our first responders and medical professionals play every day, often making the difference between fear and hope. But thank you, Epilepsy Alliance, for everything you do in our community. And therefore, we have the honor, the mayor, the city council, of presenting today's proclamation naming January 26th as Epilepsy Alliance of Florida Day. So thank you. If we can all stand, would you like to say something?
you could say something and then picture time. Go on, Madam Council. Name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Luis Moreno at Hialeah, Florida. So thank you to Commissioner De La Vega and all the city commissioners, the mayor, for having me come in for 126. Like Ms. De La Vega said, 126 is very important to us because it is 1 out of 26 people have epilepsy at some point in their life. I work for them as their prevention specialist, and I go out into the community, specifically schools, and I teach about seizures and epilepsy to everybody. I brought some things for the council members as well, but again, very, very thankful and appreciative of this bestowment on not only myself, but my organization. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, sir. Picture time. Let's go down.
The Epilepsy Alliance is part of many of our city events, making sure that our community is aware of all the resources that are available to children and adults who have epilepsy. But so we're very thankful for being part of our community and thank you for everything.
So it says, whereas Epilepsy Alliance Florida has a long-standing history of serving as a leading advocate and service provider for individuals impacted by epilepsy throughout the state. Whereas over the past 5 decades, Epilepsy Alliance Florida has become the principal agency for state-sponsored epilepsy programs and services, reaching more than 500,000 Floridians living with epilepsy. Whereas Epilepsy Alliance Florida advocates through a nationwide network of epilepsy organizations and provides accessible services to address challenges caused by seizures. Whereas Epilepsy Alliance Florida connects individuals living with epilepsy with community experts and remains committed to promoting epilepsy awareness, education, and advocacy so that every Floridian impacted by epilepsy may live a fulfilled and productive life. And whereas 1 in 26 Americans will experience epilepsy in their lifetime, and the Epilepsy Alliance Florida provides resources, support, and hope to individuals and families impacted by epilepsy. Now, therefore, I, Brian Calvin, Mayor of the City of Hialeah, on behalf of the City Council and the people of this great city, do hereby proclaim January 26, 2026 as 1 in 26 day. Congratulations.
We can go to the immaculate.
No, it's not.
I'm ready to go to the immaculate recognition.
No, you're just gonna see. I think they're registered speakers.
Okay. All right, we have another recognition presentation that we're going to put on pause because the recipient, and he well deserves it, is stuck in traffic still. We understand that. So item 7, comments and questions. Madam Clerk, do we have any registered speakers?
Yes, sir. The first one is Jose Diaz on behalf of Immaculate Catholic Church.
Welcome. And Jose Diaz, see how I knew your name? Because she just said it. You live in Hialeah?
In Miami Lakes.
Good enough. Go on.
Good afternoon, Mayor and members of the City Council. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. My name is Jose Diaz. I'm 14 years old and I'm an 8th grader at Immaculate Conception Catholic School. I am proud to represent Immaculate Conception as we celebrate Catholic Schools Week. A Catholic education has shaped me in ways that go far beyond the classroom. Academically, my school challenges me to think critically, work hard, and take responsibility for my learning. Being surrounded by classmates, which feels like a brotherhood, has motivated me to push myself to be better, not just for me, but for those around me. At my school, I am taught not only how to succeed academically, but also how to grow in faith, character, and leadership. One of the ways my school has helped shape me who I am is through sports, especially baseball, which I love. On the baseball field, I don't just learn how to play the game, I learn how God is present even in sports. Whether it's through patience when a play doesn't go my way, humility when I win, or strength when I lose, baseball reminds me that God is teaching me lessons that go far beyond the scoreboard. Playing the game has taught me discipline, teamwork, and perseverance, always with faith at the center. Nowadays, more and more athletes are putting prayer first before every game, showing that faith and sports go hand in hand. A recent example is Fernando Mendoza, a Heisman Trophy winner who openly prays before playing, reminding everyone that success is not only about talent, but also about trusting God. Adolescence is a delicate and important stage in life. It's a time when it's easy to feel unsure or influenced by many things around us. Having a Catholic education has helped me grow without being afraid, because when you believe in God, you learn to trust, to stand firm in your values, and to make choices that reflect who you truly are. Through prayer, mass, and daily example, I have learned the importance of putting God first and treating everyone with kindness, respect, and compassion. My teachers and coaches push me to always do my best, both in the classroom and on the field. I am grateful to be part of a school community that truly feels like a family, one that supports me, challenges me, and helps me become the person God is calling me to be. Thank you for recognizing Catholic Schools Week and for supporting Catholic education in our city. God bless and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Jose, have you been at Immaculate during all of your schooling?
Yes.
Do you remember the great coach, Gabby De La Vega? Thank you, Jose. Wonderful. Do we have anyone else?
Adrian Morales, on behalf of Immaculate Catholic Church.
Excellent. Adrian Morales, where do you live?
Hialeah.
Good enough. And Jose goes to school in Hialeah. Awesome. Go on, sir. You have the floor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. My name is Adrian Morales, and I am an 8th grader at Immaculate Conception Catholic School. I want to start by thanking you for allowing our school to be part of this day. I would also like to thank my teachers and our administration for choosing me to take part on it. It is a true honor, and I am humbled by this opportunity. My Catholic education has helped shape me into the young man I am today on the field and the court, in the classroom, and in my faith. Through my teachers and coaches, I've learned the importance of discipline, teamwork, and perseverance, and that success isn't just about grades, but about character. Through prayer and service, I've learned the importance of putting God first and treating others with kindness and respect. Catholic Schools Week is important because it reminds us to celebrate these everyday values: faith, service, and love for others. Catholic education helps shape us to live both in and out of the classroom. My Catholic education has given me a strong foundation rooted in faith, service, and responsibility. It has taught me to stand up for what is right, help those in need, and lead by example. As I move forward, these values will shape the choices I make and the way I serve others in my school, my city, and my community. I understand that knowledge and discipline I've gained are not just for my own success, but to make a positive impact and a difference in the lives of those around me. Catholic school has shown me that true leadership bases in humility, kindness, and service. Because of this instilled in me, I am prepared to become a person who gives back, strengthens the community, and helps build a better future for our city whenever I have the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian. They got winners. They have winners at Immaculate. Thank you. What a pleasure meeting both of you, Adrian and Jose. Thank you.
Through the
Thank-
chair.
Yes, ma'am, please.
So I just wanted to say to Jose and Adrian, thank you for having the courage to come up here. I know it can get a little bit nerve-wracking to come up and speak, but it's important that we, let the community know about what you're doing at school and the purpose of Catholic Schools Week. So I believe Immaculate submitted some pictures that they wanted to share. I received some pictures too of some visits that they did in the community to start Catholic Schools Week. Can you see it on the screen?
think so.
And so I believe what these, do you want to mention what the pictures are? Or I believe what the school did was families got together to kind of recognize our first responders. And I believe some of the families visited, I think, all of our police stations and all of our fire stations with some goodies to just kind of let the police officers know and police and firefighters know that they're always being thought of, especially from the Catholic school and Immaculate Conception. So thank you. Thank you guys for that.
Can we have another round of applause for them? Thank you for bringing them. Thank you for bringing them. Wonderful. Do we have any other speakers, registered speakers?
Carolina Rivera Alvarado.
Please come on up. Ma'am, a full name and address for the record, please.
Sure.
Thank
My name
you.
is, thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor. Welcome. Thank you. You're doing a great job in such short time.
Is that me or the mayor?
You
Thank
too,
you.
both,
Thank you.
all of you. Don't get jealous on me now.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Carolina Rivera Alvarado. I live at 864 West 72nd Street, Hialeah, Florida, 33014. I am here to speak on behalf of Juan Santana. I know Juan Santana ever since he's been a kid. Don't ask me how old I am, please. Okay, but he's a great person. He's got a big heart. He's done a lot for the community without a salary. He never has asked for anything in return. He's always, how do you say, held his place and reached out to the community. Anytime, it could be 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, whatever in the morning it is, or in the evening, he will be there. I think that he would be a great candidate to be able to fulfill the position as council. I would love to see if he can get the opportunity to be able to serve as council. I thank you very much for listening, to this short speech, but it would make a lot of people happy. I know that he's had a lot of attacks, okay, but you got to see the heart and the service. And we're here to help the community because I've worked with him hand by hand for years. We reached out with the homeless. We've done a lot, I don't take no credit. I do it for the Lord. But I thank God for this opportunity. Thank you very much to each one of you. And may God bless you all. Please give him the chance. Listen to. God bless you.
Thank you, Ms. Alvarado. We appreciate your recommendation. We appreciate it.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, any other registered speakers?
Julio Beltrán.
Come on up, sir. Hello, Mr. Beltran. Full name and address for the record when you come up, and you have 3 minutes.
Good evening, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening.
Mayor Calvo and the city council team present. Tonight, let's talk about Mr. Juan Santana, a reference and also a good, kind word. Mr. Santana is very helpful. He knows the community, has a pulse on the community, helps us locals and also the residents. How? Mr. Santana helps us with food drives, book bag drives. He informs the community. Community tells us what's happening this week. Well, we got to go to such and such church and there is food distributions. Santana is there helping and he is very respected in the community for that. Informative. Mr. Santana is very informative as he informs our seniors and our young men and women of the community on how to properly fill out the documentations for the property taxes, how to further help our seniors attain more savings. Mr. Santana is always very informative and we have to please give him the courtesy and give him the opportunity to serve the community because he's helping the community and the residents. On top of that, he's very dependable, very informative, but above all, he has a pulse on the city. Help Mr. Santana be part of the council team, and he will represent properly Hialeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Beltran. Have a good evening, sir. Any other registered speakers?
Juan Santana?
Juan, come on up. Introduce yourselves for those who don't know you.
Juan Santana, 5601 West 10th Avenue.
Thank you.
Recently, I have some terrible news to say. My mother-in-law got almost raped off of Okeechobee in a laundromat. I don't know if you guys saw that on the internet. It was very gruesome for her. The crime is getting a little bit more hectic. But I got to give it to the chief and his leadership and the police officers and the detectives. They basically were on it. In less than 4 days, they caught him. I said, I'll give you guys 48 hours because if I get him, I'm not turning him in. But basically, he's still in jail. Me and my wife went to court recently, and we made sure he does not get out to harm anybody in our community. This is a 21-year-old man, and we have to really look after what is really happening in our community regarding that. And thank you again, Chief, for your staff. They were very knowledgeable. They answered the questions to the state, and the judge did not let that individual get out. And I'm going to make sure that we continue this. At the same time, there's resources that we need to bring to the police department to get more help for our victims that are dealing with these types of situations here in Hialeah. I've been doing social service work here in my community for 18 plus years now. Thank you again for last night, Mayor Cabo, for speaking up for us. You're really making history. You're really making a difference in our community. You heard the community loud and clear. These people had a town hall, and didn't even invite the residents in that area, and that you do not do. They want to basically give away our green space in the public school sector, guys. That way you guys know, okay? And we really need to stop that. We need to save the green space for the kids, for the next generation to properly use it, to protect that, And Mayor Cabo, I hope we're able to work with the school board to get that for $1 a year, and I'm here to serve. I'm ready whenever you guys are. Thank you.
Juan, thank you for telling us that. Please send your mother-in-law our regards. I think she's a wonderful lady. You know that. Please.
Yes.
Send her our best.
I will.
Thank you. Thanks. Any other registered speakers?
Victoria Webster on behalf of St. John the Apostle.
Victoria Webster. Webster, was it? You must know how to spell very well. Right? Are you tired of hearing that? Oh, good. Thank you. Your full name and address, just for the record.
Victoria Webster, Miami Lakes.
Go on.
Good evening, members of the council and our honorable mayor. My name is Victoria Webster, and I am a student at St. John the Apostle Catholic School. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you today. I am here on behalf of my school community to respectfully request a city proclamation recognizing our school and Catholic education, which has been an important part of Hialeah since 1949, when our school became the first Catholic school in Hialeah. Catholic education is much more than academics. While we work hard in the classroom, we are also taught to live with faith, integrity, compassion, and service. Our teachers help us grow not only as students, but as responsible citizens who care about people and want to make a positive difference in our community. As a student at St. John the Apostle Catholic School, I can say Catholic education has shaped my life in meaningful ways. It has taught me the importance of respect, responsibility, and perseverance. It has helped me understand that my actions matter and that I have a role in helping others, whether through service projects, leadership opportunities, or simply treating people with kindness and dignity. Since 1949, our school has educated generations of students who have gone on to become leaders, professionals, public servants, and parents, and community members who continue to give back to the city of Hialeah. Our alumni carry with them the values they learn in a Catholic school, faith, discipline, and service, and use them to strengthen our city. Being recognized with a proclamation from the city would honor not only our school, but the thousands of students, families, teachers, and staff who have been a part of this mission for more than 75 years. It would recognize the positive impact Catholic education has had and continues to have on our community. On behalf of my school, St. John the Apostle Catholic School, thank you for your time, your leadership, and your continued support of education in our city. We are proud to be part of Hialeah's history, and we look forward to continuing to serve our community for many years to come. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Victoria. Don't leave, just stay there a second. Thank you. Did you want to say some words, Madam Clerk?
I'm sorry.
Was it about St. John you needed to say some words? Oh, Ms. De La Vega, I'm so sorry, Councilwoman De La Vega. It was you, please. You have the floor.
Thank you, Victoria, for coming up as well and representing your school. St. John's is actually an extremely active school, a Catholic school in our community. I know a couple months ago, we hosted with Victoria and her colleagues there, we hosted a food drive. So these students got out of class, hosted a food drive on campus, and fed over 500 families in the Hialeah community. So thank you so much for that. I think I can speak on behalf of the entire city council, but we thank you, St. John's and Immaculate, for being, so active in our community, continue to give back and shape students, right, to be humble and respectful individuals. So we thank you so much. And I think we'll definitely take that request into consideration, right? Mayor, would you like to say anything?
I'd just like to reiterate what you just said. Thank you to the students for coming up here. I know, it's very brave of you to be able to speak in public, and I couldn't have done it at your age. So congratulations on that. And we hear you, and I think we're cooking something over the next few days. So we should have a nice surprise, a nice treat for you guys in the next few days. So thank you for coming.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Any other registered speaker?
Ricardo Jose Uruzuno.
Ricardo Jose Uruzo, okay.
Good evening,
Good evening,
Ricardo
sir.
Teuruzuno, 318 West 15th Street.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
evening. I'm here to request that the council consider creating an ordinance to regulate outdoor lighting. I emailed the council members and the mayor on January 16th regarding an issue. I have a neighbor with very bright outdoor lights, and I provided pictures and video for you guys through the email. And I reported the situation to code compliance. I spoke with Code Enforcement Officer Onasi Sanchez. And when I showed him the pictures and the video, he thought it was egregious enough that he said it was 100% enforceable. However, about 5 days later, he emailed me and said that there's nothing in the Hialeah Code of Ordinances that specifically deals with the issue. And so he's basically impotent, regarding enforcing anything. So I'm asking you guys to please consider an ordinance regulating outdoor lighting so that there's shielding, and so that lights are aimed so that they only illuminate the property owner's property and not, in my case, it's illuminating my house, my front yard, my backyard, and the pictures and the video that I provided to each of you. Councilwoman De La Vega responded to me, and I appreciate that. It'll show the situation. And in Miami-Dade County, there's an ordinance, section 33-4.1 in Miami-Dade County that deals with outdoor lighting. According to Mr. Onassis Sanchez, the code enforcement officer, he says that the council has not adopted that ordinance, and so he can't use it. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know if it specifically applies to my case. But I did look up and I saw that in Miami Springs, in their code of ordinance, section 150-024 does deal with outdoor lighting. I think it will help improve the quality of life in Hialeah, because I think a lot of neighbors have outdoor lighting without consideration for how it affects other neighbors' property. So I appreciate if you guys would consider it in the future, adopting such an ordinance, and if you guys would revisit my email from January 16th.
Excuse me. I never received your email. Can you resend it, please?
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for raising the concern. Is this an abutting neighbor? Is this a commercial property?
No, it's a neighbor right next door, an immediate neighbor.
Okay, so but a
residential area.
residential,
Yes.
residential home. Okay, understood. Look, we'll look into it. I mean, you certainly have, not to give you any legal advice, but you don't just have the code part of this, right? You always have, it's always a nuisance. So you can proceed, against the property owner if you'd wish. In terms of the city, just so you understand and the residents understand, we're looking globally at a lot of our ordinances, and this is going to be a comprehensive process. There's a lot of stuff that should be added that isn't in there. There's a lot of stuff that's in there that hasn't been enforced in forever and should probably be deleted at this point. A lot of our code is very old, and so this is where you run into these issues. So over the course of the next few months and weeks, hopefully even sooner, we will be establishing some sort of review of all of our code of ordinances, and certainly, your point is well taken, and that's something we'll certainly look at.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Do we have, it is a valid point. Do we have any other registered speakers?
Evelyn Sanfeliz.
Hello, Mrs. Santeliz. Name and address for the record, and then you have 3 minutes.
All right.
Thank you.
My name is Evelyn Santeliz, and I live in Hialeah in 1695 West 18th Avenue, apartment S321, and a condo very famous because it has a lot of issue. His name is Los Sueños Condominio
Yeah, una
Atotil
pesadilla.
Inc. That have become in 20 years really a big nightmare.
I know.
Okay? And I'm here because I want to represent the voice, to let you know that we have a big problem inside. And it has been 20 years in this. Last administration here, one of our neighbors, he came here to say the same thing that I'm trying to say today. But I just want not to be the problem, to be the solution. I brought here 3 solutions that when I say we, I included all of you who has the authority and the power to help. We, to resolve this problem, I propose to create a local task force to regulate, protect unit owners in this association. The second one is to create a condominium special assessment low-income funding program. Tomorrow, we have a meeting with the association and the property managed company. And the meeting is because they are setting up an assessment for $1 million that each of us, which are 396 units that we have to pay for negligence, for not using the fund in what they have to use. Okay? So I'm here to represent the voice of those people who, most of them are la persona de la tercera edad. I don't know how to say that in English, but most of them, they don't know how to pay that. And a part of that, we have 3 loans that the managing company made us because negligence. 3 loans, $1,500,000, and the second one $1,500,000. And the other one, a loan that we don't know. And a part of that, we are going to have this assessment because we didn't pass the ratification of the 40 years. But it wasn't our fault. That was their fault because the money was there, but they didn't pay attention to that. They put the funds, our funds, instead of benefit the community, benefit the company that serves the community, who the owners of the companies are the owner of the property company management. Thank you.
Wait a moment, Ms. Santelis. Thank you. And we're very aware of what's going on over there. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, through the chair. Listen, we hear you. One of the things that I campaigned on was to establish a condominium task force, and that's certainly something that we are going to be doing very shortly. It's a very, very difficult issue. We understand we have many condominiums. I think many of the council members and myself, we've walked them. We've seen it firsthand. Very, very serious issue. If nothing else, we can provide a lot of education in the community on what your options are. There's options to retain counsel and go after the property management and to go after the actual insurance providers for many of these buildings. But also, there's a role that the city plays. There's a role that the DPBR and the state plays. So there's going to be a lot of education initiatives as part of this. And we also have an excellent economic crimes unit. And to the extent that, some of these issues do fall into the criminal ambit, certainly those will be investigated. And I think you're right. The appropriate vessel is the task force. And so that's something that we're going to be creating very soon. So thank you for bringing it up and for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Any other registered speakers, Madam Clerk?
Anita Karpenkov.
Hello, Mrs. Karpenkov. Full name and address for the record. Thank you.
Yes, hi, good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Mayor and all the councilmen. My name is Anita Karpenkov, 598 65th Street, Hialeah, 33013, resident for 47 years already. First of all, I'd like to publicly say thank you, Mayor Calvo. Last night, you showed that when we elected you, when you went on your campaign, you did say you will listen to us. And last night was a show of that you listened to us. And I do appreciate it. And our whole neighborhood appreciates it. And those areas, those green areas in the Hialeah Middle School and Elementary, if you like, I have pictures of what 50 years, since for the past 50 years, we've had children, cheerleaders, football, soccer, American football, every kind of games, all through the year in those areas. So that's what we want. And after that, I am here because I like to recognize Juan as my personal friend and somebody that I have known for the past 8 years. And we have worked hand in hand together, working for the community. As you saw yesterday, a lot of people know me in my area because I do work with the community. And during the pandemic, I worked with Juan. We went on the streets. We helped the people in those condominiums where it was the funeraria, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice funeraria? Funerary, qué sé yo, todos somos bilingües. Funeral homes right down there where they had this container where they were storing all the dead people and in the windows and balconies of the tenants. We were there. Juan was there. Juan was helping them. We were helping them. And I have worked with Juan in the Salvation Army, giving out foods in everywhere at different directions. We've gone to the churches. We've gone everywhere. And I'm here to please ask you, give him a chance, because if there's anything and anyone in Hialeah that deserves to be one of you, it's Juan Santana, no one else. I appreciate it and thank you so very much for hearing me out.
Thank you. Any other registered speaker?
No, sir.
Anyone else unregistered would like to speak? Oh, yes. Who? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say me? I know it wasn't Mita. Okay, we'll get to you. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Mita, tú vas a hablar. Mita, ¿tú necesitas una traductora? No, no, you don't. Mita, I know your name, full name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes.
I was
Thank
looking, I was looking for who's talking to me. Good evening to everybody here, to all of you. Thanks for all, and thanks to all of the present ones. Okay, I want to bring something that I know.
Full name, Mita, y your address. Tu nombre y tu dirección.
Excuse my dear. Mirta Lopez,
There you go.
730 East 30th Street, Hialeah, Florida 33013.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, okay, it's an issue that is Ron DeSantis have a law for Floridas. When you have to have a complaint of some out of codes, you have to give your telephone number, you have to identify yourself, say who you are, your address, all the detention. So that is not common sense, excuse me, but that is provoking, more offensive, more that somebody come behind and kill us or hit us if they find out who complained. So please, let's see how we can work it out, or you can work out this, even that is a Florida law, to do some arrangement so the complaints to the code enforcement can be anonymous again. And it's good for everybody, because if somebody see something wrong, I mean, something real wrong that might do electricity without any permits that may provoke a fire. But if you have to give your telephone number, if you have to give your name and your address, hey, nobody want to risk their neck for that. So if you please consider this some kind of improvement to this law, because it's aggressive, more than aggressive. You go in the traffic, they horn, they shoot everybody here. I mean, are we in the West, in the Wild West, or what? Okay, thank you very much, and have a great day. God bless us.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh, I have 1 more minute. Well, bye.
Do we have any other unregistered speaker? Oh,
Through the chair.
yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to, Mirta, Mirta and I had a very long conversation about her concerns. And I wanted to let her know that, you know, I have spoken to some of our legislators who are part of, the creation of this law, and really it was made to protect, right? But I have brought up that concern, and we do have a follow-up meeting where I know we'll bringing you in to meet with our. Yes, we're trying to make, they're in session right now in Tallahassee, but as soon as they're out of session, we'll do that. Okay? You're welcome. No problem.
Before I go, how can I make an appointment to see you there?
Unfortunately, right now, we're a little setting up the office, but Jose is back there, gentleman in the blue jacket. If you can speak to him, absolutely. Thank you. No problem. Not yet.
Bernie, can we let the young lady go first? Thank you, sir. Come on up, ma'am. Did you want to speak? Did you say you wanted to? Yeah. I'm going to need your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes.
Mi nombre es Teresa Quiñones.
Okay, we're going to need a translator. Entonces, okay, habla, pero entonces pausa en cada oración brevemente para que pueda traducirlo, porque tenemos que traducirlo al inglés. Adelante.
Mi dirección es 4500 Northwest 181 Street, Miami Garden
¿Y
3305.
su nombre cuál es? ¿Cuál me dijiste?
Teresa Quiñones.
Gracias. Adelante.
Ujú. Buenas tardes, señor alcalde, concejales y miembros de la comunidad.
Good afternoon, Mr. Calvo and members of our community.
Yo soy la madre del oficial de la ciudad de Hialeah, Rafael Otaño.
I am the mother of the police officer Rafael Otano.
Hoy no vengo a atacar a nadie, vengo como madre a pedir justicia, transparencia y debido proceso.
I do not come to attack anyone, but to ask for clarifications.
Mi hijo sirvió a esta ciudad mi hijo sirvió a esta ciudad.
My son served the city.
Hace 3 años fue involucrado en un caso donde él no fue el oficial principal.
3 years ago, he was involved in a case in which he was not the corresponding officer.
Cooperó con la ley, contrató abogado y decidió enfrentar el proceso con responsabilidad.
He decided to go toward the case with responsibility.
Sin embargo, hoy es el único que permanece en prisión, mientras su apelación lleva meses sin respuesta.
His appellation has gotten no response.
No pido privilegio, pido igualdad ante la ley.
What I request is equality with the law.
No pido favores, pido una revisión justa y humana en el proceso de mi hijo.
What I request,
Señor alcalde, usted visitó mi hogar cuando yo estaba rota por el dolor y usted me dio una esperanza.
the mayor visited my home and provided me with some hope.
Hoy que usted lidera esta ciudad, le pido públicamente que nos ayude a que este caso sea revisado y de nuevo le digo con transparencia.
What I ask for is for this to be revised and ask for transparency.
Esto yo lo estoy haciendo para que ninguna otra madre de un policía de Hialeah tenga que pasar por este sufrimiento que nosotros hemos pasado por 3 años.
What I ask for, I am doing this so no other mother goes through the same situation.
Gracias por escucharme. Y le habla la mamá de Rafael Otaño, que siempre soñó ser un policía.
Thank you for listening, and I am the mother of Rafael Otano who always dreamed of being a police officer.
Gracias, señora. Any other registered speaker? I'm sorry, we have a speaker waiting. Bernie, go ahead. I have to ask, name and address for the record.
Fernie, Hialeah resident.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Go on.
So back on October 15th, there was an event, a Hialeah sponsored event. That Ms. De La Vega was there, and it was sponsored by Ms. Perez and the city. It was a Charlie Kirk candle lighting vigil, which is a beautiful event. Very, very, very beautiful event. And I know that I'm here because I'd like to also find out about permitting for an event and what the proper procedure would be. However, I know our city cares deeply about all life. And so before I continue, I'd like to take a moment to have a moment of silence because we had 2 American citizens that were recently killed on the streets of America by our government, just like Charlie had been killed, and our city did acknowledge that. And I will be pulling some permits, hopefully, for an event. But for now, if possible, I'd like to have a moment of silence to honor Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy.
Are you intending to use the rest of your 3 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the audience want to speak? Yes, ma'am. Hello. What is your name and address or the city that you live in?
Hialeah, and my name is Galilea Izaguirre.
What was the name again?
Galilea Izaguirre.
If you say so. Thank you. Go on.
Okay. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Commission. My name is Galilea Izaguirre, and I am a student at St. John the Apostle Catholic School. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you today on behalf of my school community. We are here to respectfully ask the City of Hialeah to issue a proclamation in recognition of Catholic Schools Week and to honor St. John the Apostle Catholic School for being the first Catholic school in the City of Hialeah and for serving this community for over 75 years. Since its founding, St. John the Apostle Catholic School has been more than just a place of learning. It has been a home where generations of students have been taught not only math, reading, and science, but also the importance of faith, service, respect, and responsibility. Many of our parents, grandparents, and even great-grandparents once walked the same halls we do today. Catholic education is important because it helps shape the whole person. At our school, we are taught to work hard academically, to treat others with kindness, and to serve those in need, and to be active, responsible members of our community. We learn that our education is not just about success for ourselves, but also about how we can use our gifts to make a positive difference in the world. As the first Catholic school in Hialeah, St. John the Apostle has proudly stood alongside the city as it has grown and changed over the years. Our school has helped strengthen families, build character, and prepare students to become leaders guided by faith and values. We would be deeply honored if the City of Hialeah would recognize Catholic Schools Week and celebrate the 75-year legacy of St. John the Apostle Catholic School with a proclamation. This recognition would mean a great deal to our students, families, teachers, and alumni, and it would remind us of the important role education plays in building a strong community. Thank you for your time, your service to our city, and for your continued support of education in Hialeah. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you very much. We have to 6A, since we have the guest of honor here.
Juan Lausan, Construction Supervisor 2 with the Construction and Maintenance Department, is recognized as the 2025 Employee of the Year.
Good evening, it is Jaramillo Velez, the HR Director. Today we honor Juan. Juan has been with our city for 21 years. And Juan is one of those public servants that everybody knows. He's always there and always assisting with everything. If the mayor can please come and present the Employee of the Year for 2025.
¿Quiere hablar?
The council.
Bueno, si me lo permiten en español. Esto, bueno, es un honor para mí recibir eso y le doy las gracias a todas las personas que tuvieron la decisión de ponerme a mí en ese honor. Pero yo quisiera entregar esto también y dedicárselo al departamento mío, empezando por el director y terminando por los labels, porque todos somos un team y lo que logramos, lo logramos porque somos un team de trabajadores que tomamos en serio nuestro trabajo. ¿No?
We're good? We're good? Okay, so the 2025 Employee of the Year Award is awarded in recognition of your outstanding performance, dedication, and commitment to excellence. Your hard work, positive demeanor, and contributions have made you a meaningful impact on the set and success here in your city. Congratulations on being selected as the Employee of the Year for 2025. Congratulations. And Martina.
Okay. Moving right along. Item 8, announcement of amendments, corrections to the agenda, Madam Clerk.
In accordance with Section 376.80 of the Florida statutes, today the City Council will hold the second and final public hearing on a resolution creating a new Florida brownfield area at the properties located at 3621 West 104th Street, 3610 West 108th Street, 3620 West 104th Street, and 10100 West 36th Avenue, Hialeah, Florida 33010, and identified by folio numbers 042017, 0020020, and 042017, 0020030 as a green reuse area pursuant to Florida's Brownfields Redevelopment Act. Board appointment item 10E has been added to today's agenda. That's all, sir.
Thank you. Moving right along to item 9. Can you read it for us, Madam Clerk?
Proposed resolution appointing blank as acting council member to fill the permanent vacancy on the Hialeah City Council Group 2, resulting from the resignation of Councilmember Jesus Tunidor effective January 12, 2026 at noon, and to exercise all authority of the office of council member until November 3rd, 2026, pursuant to the City of Hialeah Charter Section 2.02, subsection C1.
Thank you. This is the appointment, the temporary appointment of a council member till November to fill the existing empty seat.
Through the chair.
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to make a brief comment. And I said it in my statement yesterday to media. Obviously, we had a council member that basically we were waiting on. We didn't know exactly what was going to transgress with her criminal proceedings. Now that she has pled guilty, obviously it's the moment to turn the page and obviously continue focused on the reason that we're here, which is to serve the residents of the city of Hialeah. So thank you to all the candidates. I'm sure, you know, the decision was not an easy one for the council members and, you know, hopefully we can just, like I said, keep working to help the residents of the city of Hialeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And that brings us to today's decision of the persons who have submitted interest, which is not limited to that, but is there anyone, any of my colleagues who would like to nominate someone at this point?
Through the chair.
Yes, sir, you are recognized, Councilman Marrero.
At this point, I'd like to motion for Luis Gonzalez. I believe this nomination brings valuable institutional knowledge back to the dais. He's previously served on the council, understands our procedures, our priorities, and the needs of our residents. His experience adds an important balance to our very young council. And I think it allows us to hit the ground running. So motion for Luis.
Thank you, sir. You forgot to say how good looking he is. We have a motion for Luis Gonzalez from Councilman Marrero. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega, Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mr. Luis Gonzalez is appointed acting council member, Group 2.
All right, let's get to work. Mr. Gonzalez, come on up. Let's get to work. We're gonna swear you in now. Do you need a translator? Madam Clerk, would you like to say some words before we swear you in?
Well, thank you
Now?
very much. I am honored. I am honored for your support here for my candidacy or for the seat. And I'd like to recognize Mr. Santana. I'd like to recognize a young lady that I met back here because these are really members of our community. Everybody's getting involved. And we all know, I mean, I'm very proud to see so many individuals here and everybody's dedicated because along the way, I know we lost a lot of that. And I think this is how we build our communities, our families, is that, you know, we all get to know each other and we all work together and try to improve our city. And I appreciate that. And I never thought I'll be back here as the elder statesman. So I will try to do my best and work with all of you together. Appreciate that very much.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations, sir. You ready? You ready?
I'm here.
All right. Are we doing this?
Want to admit up here? Is that better?
Sure.
You want me to come down?
You need a microphone. Oh, he's coming up.
Congratulations. I state your name,
I, Luis Gonzalez,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the laws of the United States,
and the laws of the United States,
the state of Florida,
the state of Florida,
the charter,
the charter,
and the code
and the code
of the city of Hialeah,
of the city of Hialeah,
and in all respects
and in all respects
will faithfully discharge
will faithfully discharge
the duties
the duties
of an appointed member
of an appointed member
of the City Council Group 2 of the city of Hialeah. So help me God.
for the City Council Group 2 of the city of Hialeah. So help me God. President.
Look at you, lucky you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
It's great to have you back. It's great to have you back. I'll call you Louis one more time. From here on in, it'll be Councilmember Gonzalez. Great to have you back, Louis. Thank you, sir. 10, item 10, Madam Clerk, board appointments.
10A, proposed resolution reappointing Clayton Warren Angus to the Personnel Board of the City of Hialeah as the International Association of Firefighters and the Fraternal Order of Police appointment for a 2-year term ending on January 15, 2028.
Is he present? Anyone? We don't need him to be. Do you vouch for him, Slick? There you go. Okay, pleasure of the council on this. This needs action, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, pleasure of the council on this appointment. Motion? Motion by Councilman Rodriguez,
Second.
second by Councilwoman De La Vega. Please call the roll.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you. 10B, Madam Clerk.
Proposed resolution appointing Abel Alexander Carvajal as the member of the Planning and Zoning Board for a 2-year term beginning on January 27th, 2026 and ending on January 26th, 2028.
Madam Vice President.
Yes, so City Council, Abel, who is a true and proud Hialean, very well known in our community. I think he will bring a great balance and perspective to our Planning and Zoning Board. So I would appreciate your support in his appointment. Thank
Is that a
you.
motion?
So motion.
There you go. Motion from Vice President
I
De La Vega,
second.
second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Thank you. Please call the roll.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Congratulations.
Item C for board appointments, Madam Clerk.
Proposed resolution appointing Adriana Lopez Perez to the Board of Commissioners of the Hialeah Housing Authority of the City of Hialeah, Florida, for a 4-year term beginning on January 27, 2026, and ending on January 26, 2030.
Mayor.
I believe Adriana's here. She's a consummate professional. She's also one of our tenants at the authority. So I recommend her highly for this position.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure of the council.
Motion.
Motion from Council Vice President De La Vega, second from, hey, welcome back. And Councilman Gonzalez, please call the roll.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Item E. No, Gio will kill me. Item D.
Proposed resolution appointing Giovanni Fuente to the Board of Trustees of the Employees General Retirement System as the management appointment for a 2-year term beginning on January 27th, 2026 and ending on January 26th, 2028.
Pleasure of the council.
Motion.
Motion from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez and second from Councilman Rodriguez. Please call the roll.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you. Item E.
Proposed resolution appointing Clara Rodriguez to the Board of Commissioners of the Hialeah Housing Authority of the City of Hialeah, Florida for a 4-year term beginning on January 27, 2026 and ending on January 26, 2030.
Mayor.
Claudia's right here as well. Great professional, also one of our tenants in Hialeah Housing, and I think she'll do a great job.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure of the council.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Councilman Gonzalez, second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Please call the roll.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Madam Clerk, we're up to the consent agenda.
Yes, sir.
Yes, would anyone up here like to pull any of the items in consent agenda? Would anybody? Motion? Thank you, sir. We have a motion from Councilman Rodriguez. I have to open it up. The consent agenda is open. If anybody has any interest in a particular item, they can pull it and we can talk about it. Barring that, we have a motion from Councilman Rodriguez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman Marrero. Please call the roll.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero, Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez. Motion carries. The consent agenda has passed.
Thank you. Administrative items, Madam Clerk?
Item 12A, proposed resolution designating the property located at 3621 West 104th Street, 3610 West 108th Street, 3620 West 104th Street, and 10100 West 36th Avenue, Hialeah, Florida 33010, and identified by folio numbers 042017 002 0020 and 042017 002 0030 as a green reuse area pursuant to section 376.80 subsection 2A of the Florida statutes for the purpose of rehabilitation, job creation, and promoting economic redevelopment, authorizing the city clerk to notify the Florida Department of Environmental Protection of said designation, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item 12A. Any discussion from the council or any motion or any?
It's open for public.
Open
hearings.
for public or any discussion from anybody on this item? Do I have pleasure of the council? Motion from anyone? Motion from Councilman was that
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez? Second from Councilman Luis Gonzalez. Thank you. Please call the roll.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you. 12B, Madam Clerk.
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance repealing and rescinding Hialeah, Florida ordinance number 2025-025, which established section 30-3 through 30-5 in the city code, chapter 30, elected officials, entitled Deferred Compensation Plan Established, Purpose, Name, Effective Date, Contributions to Deferred Compensation Plan, Vesting and Deferred Compensation Plan in its entirety, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for rescission in code, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
This item is on second reading, open for discussion, of course, from the dais or public discussion, if any. Otherwise, pleasure of the council. Motion from Councilman Gonzalez,
Second.
second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Please call the roll.
Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you. Item C, Madam Clerk.
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance amending Chapter 2 entitled Administration, Article 5 entitled Finance, Division 2 entitled Fees and Charges, and Section 2-871 entitled Duplication and Certification of Public Document of the City of Hialeah Code of Ordinances to waive fees to current elected officials acting in their official capacity when requesting duplication of public documents by the City of Hialeah, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for penalties hereof, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. This item is on second reading, open for public discussion as well. And
Through the chair.
Mr. Mayor.
So I mentioned it briefly last time, but so the residents understand what this one is. This is one of our first good government proposals. And I'm urging the council, obviously, to approve this. Basically, what we have here is, it was never codified in our ordinances that if a member of the city council requested a document of public record, it was never written anywhere whether or not that person had to pay for that request. It seemed obvious that that would be given. but we've had incidents in the past where that wasn't provided. And so all this does here today is it codifies in our code that any member of this council, if they request a public document, that will, number one, be provided that document free of charge. But secondarily, if there is any redaction that has to be made in compliance with state law, that there would also be no costs associated with that, that would be something that would be waived by our staff. So again, this is one of these good government proposals, and what it does is it creates more of that transparency. Transparency is a fancy word, but nobody seems to know what it means. And this is what it means. It means allowing access to documentation so that the council members can do their job of counseling this administration and being able to have a good government. So thank you, and I urge your approval. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure of the council. Motion? Motion from Councilman Luis Rodriguez,
Second.
second from Councilman Luis Gonzalez. Please call the roll.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you. 13 unfinished business. Anyone? Unfinished business. 14 new business.
Report of Scrivener's error pursuant to section 30-31, agenda of city council meetings of the city of Hialeah Code. The city clerk shall correct Scrivener's errors that are discovered in ordinances, resolutions, council minutes, and staff reports, and promptly report all corrections to the Hialeah City Council. Section 2 of resolution number 2024-343, passed and adopted on November 12, 2024, was approved as follows. The city of Hialeah, Florida hereby accepts the use of SHIP funds in the amount of $500,000 fiscal year 23 through 24 funds to be expended by June 30th, 2025 for the construction of the rental development building Metro Grande 2 located at 2005 West Okeechobee Road, Hialeah, Florida 33010, which will be administered by the Metro Grande 2 Associates. All actions needed to accept the use of these SHIP funds are approved. Section 12 is being amended to reflect that the funds are to be expended by June 30th, 2027. Second Scrivener's error, resolution number 2025-190, passed and adopted by the City Council on August 26, 2025, is being amended as follows. Correction 1, Section 3(1)A, subsection 3 was approved as required documentation is submitted and is being amended to reflect Section 5, not Section 4. Section 3(2)C was approved as for unknown leak claims. A licensed plumber must certify and complete an affidavit, and it is being amended to reflect known leak claims. The third correction is Section 3. Roman numeral 3 was approved as eligibility for credits for unknown leaks entering sewer system, and it is being amended as eligibility for credits for unknown leaks, thereby removing the language entering sewer system.
Thank you. Item C.
Discussion of the regularly scheduled city council meeting of February 10th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m.
Thank you.
Go to the chair.
Yes, sir.
So in essence, we wanted to kind of understand and try to make a decision at this moment whether we were going to proceed with the February 10th meeting. I know some of the council members indicated they wouldn't be available for that date. Obviously, the last thing we want is not to have quorum. Obviously, this falls during date days, and so I know a number of individuals are planning to attend. Obviously, it's a great moment for our city to lobby at Tallahassee and what have you. So one of the options obviously would be to keep the meeting as is if we had enough members. Another option would be to just cancel it and roll the items to the next meeting in February. Or lastly, the other option would be to basically have a special meeting of the city council. But it looks like the date that would work best for everybody would be next Tuesday, so a week from today. Unfortunately, with next Tuesday, what you're going to have is we won't be able to have any planning and zoning items discussed. And so it would probably be a very, very light agenda of just a few items, probably a very short meeting. So, with that, open it to the group for your comments.
Through the chair.
Yes, sir. You are recognized.
I would suggest, I guess instead of having such a short meeting, having all the staff and everything open, why don't we just combine it into one meeting, two into one meeting?
The 24th, yeah.
Oh, you mean completely? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a.
I mean, instead of opening,
item
you
of
know.
Discussion. So they just consolidate it, skip the first meeting of February. Okay, go. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Rodriguez, is that?
I second that.
Yeah? Anyone else? Yep.
Well, through the chair,
Yes,
just
ma'am.
pursuant to our charter, section 3.1, the council shall hold regular meetings at least twice monthly in each calendar year at times and places that the city council may prescribe by ordinance. So I'm not sure if the proposed second meeting will be in the month of February, because right now we tentatively have scheduled a meeting for February 24th. City clerk about.
Yeah, February 24th.
Yes.
That's right.
Has any advertisement gone out to, for any zoning issues or anything like that at this point?
Not at all, as far as I.
Knew it was a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't see an issue with it. We've done it in the past.
But the issue is, right, if I understand well, we would love
We
to
can have it
consolidate it, but
17th.
we're not allowed by charter to do
My
so.
charter says that on a monthly basis, the city council must hold at least
Must.
It was nice for a while.
So it's not discretionary there, right?
Sounded
Yeah,
good.
remember they would always cancel
Right.
December, the second
And-
meeting.
I mean, if we were to have two meetings in February, the mayor or the council as a legislative body could call for a special meeting under whatever circumstances, whether it's on an emergency basis or because of circumstances of not having quorum. But we do have to have at least two scheduled meetings.
That being said, are we back to then possible February 3rd date?
We could do it next week again, but you know, just so everybody understands, it'll probably be a very short meeting because there'll be no P and Z items. And in regards to the actual agenda, I mean, basically those deadlines to get stuff in are basically tomorrow or the day after. So we basically gonna have just questions, comments and questions, and maybe a few items at most.
So the decision is to move the regularly scheduled February 10th meeting, Tuesday, February 10th, advance it 1 week to February 3rd, same time, 5:30, February 3rd, that's a Tuesday. So that's the idea on the table, the decision on the table. Motion or pleasure of the council?
Yeah, that's a choice. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve for February 3rd. We have a motion from Councilman Gonzalez,
Second.
second from
Doors.
Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Thank you for being a gentleman. Call the roll.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The February 10th, 2026 council meeting is hereby canceled and a special meeting of the city council is called for February 3rd, 2026 at 5:30 PM.
Thank you. I'm going to ask all the directors to stay for the zoning meet. No, stay. That concludes our administrative part of the meeting. Good night to all those who do not have to stay for the remaining part. We're going to move on to zoning. We'll give us a moment before we go to zoning. Let's take a picture with our new council. We're going to take a break. We're going to adjourn the meeting for a break. We'll be back at about 7:10, 10 minutes. To order now, 7:15 PM. The meeting is now called to order. We are in the zoning section. Madam Clerk?
Will all those persons who will be testifying on an item, please stand and raise your right hand?
Las personas que quisieran prestar su opinión delante de esta junta, por favor, póngase de pie y alcen la mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. If so, say I do.
Usted jura o afirma que el testimonio que va a dar será la verdad, toda la verdad y únicamente la verdad, y que Dios sea su testigo. Por favor, diga que sí si la respuesta es afirmativa.
Let the record reflect that all have responded in the affirmative.
En el archivo público constará que todos han respondido afirmativamente.
Thank you. I'd like to ask my colleagues, we have an item G, that comes up later. It's the one at item G, 1550 West 60th Street. And we have about 35 people here for that item. Of course, if, with your permission, if we can move this to the top of the zoning meeting. This is first reading. We're going to just acknowledge that they're here. Manny Ruiz will make the presentation, but we're not going to allow anyone to speak, but just for the courtesy of them to be able to go home early. Is that okay with my colleagues if we jump to item G?
Sir, the item corresponds with a land use.
So let's go to the land use. Let's read the land use. That's number
17B.
All right, let's go right to 17B, the land use, and then we'll get back to A.
First reading of proposed ordinance amending the future land use map from major institution and transportation and utilities to commercial properties identified by folio number 04203500100550 and a portion of approximately 160.13 feet by 295.07 feet, 1.08 acres of property located at 1550 West 60th Street, Hialeah, zoned R2, 1 and 2 family residential district, and R1, 1 family district, and legally described in Exhibit A, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. That's item 17B, land use. Manny Rose.
Good evening, Manny Rose Architect with offices at 18501 Pines Boulevard, Suite 342, Pembroke Pines, Florida. Tonight, I'm here to present a very unique project that we're trying to, or we will hopefully, establish a unique scenario where it constitutes the recreational parking facilities that will be a precedent for the future projects that will be similar to ours in the city. We take great pride as architects that do a lot of projects here, and on behalf of the ownership, the Westland Baptist Church and the developer, basically this is a very simple project that will enhance the neighborhood with proper security, proper access, proper codes for each individual that comes into the property. We have added a pedestrian flow from 60th to 58th Street, walkway for the neighbors in the area to enjoy. And there will not be any electricity, no water for these units. These are strictly recreational vehicles that will set a precedent for the area, hopefully throughout the whole city of Hialeah. As an architect, I've visited other projects that are supposedly similar, but they're not. They're basically a mess, if I pardon the expression. And this will not be a mess. This will be from zero day one, and I'll be in charge of, along with the developer, making sure that this is an excellent project to be developed here. So if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than glad to answer them and do the best. And once this project is finished, you'll see what the end results are of a beautiful, well-designed, certified project that will have plenty of security cameras, et cetera, and plenty of landscaping both on the east side and the west side of the property.
Through the chair. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Manny, question for you.
Yes, sir.
So I see the assigned parking, and I'm just curious as an architect.
Yes, sir.
Are these assigned parking gonna be, like I say, a square unit that's gonna be every single square unit is gonna be? I don't
There are
know.
slots. They're
Slots.
parking slots that each individual will have their own private entry code. It's not a common code for everybody, so.
So, no, on the slot. So let's say what I'm afraid of, and I've seen it before, is let's say like which property by the west side of Hialeah that I see that's boat and motorcycle right beside it. In other words, they don't respect the bunk
No.
up. It's gonna be, each one's gonna have
Yes,
his
sir.
own parking lane.
Yes,
This is
sir.
what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's called a slot? Is
Yes,
that
sir. The
proper
slots,
language?
they're individual assigned slots.
So are the slots gonna be different sizes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There's different sizes. There's some that are 12 by 25. There are some that are 12 by 35. They're
Okay.
depending on the vehicle. And this is very important to understand that we're trying to do something extremely different, very precise, and this will only be for recreational vehicles.
Okay, so I'm just asking so I can have an understanding. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
say recreational build. So you're gonna have, let's say, the majority RVs, and then you're gonna have boats.
We're
Just
gonna
talk
have
to me a little bit
we're-
about that.
We're going to have a combination of, depending on the slot size, combination of different types of vehicles. And the knowing ownership and knowing the developer, they're gonna be checked thoroughly as to who's coming in and what they're gonna do, but there is not gonna be any water or electricity, so they're not gonna be able to sleep
No,
overnight.
no, Manny, I'm good with that. I get it. I just wanted to get a visual on my mind,
Yes.
as far as that. Okay. And the greenery, the trees, are gonna be trees? What are you thinking?
Oh, this is gonna be heavily landscaped both on the east and west side and on the front and the back. We were following the zoning department landscaping. Mr. Chris Borges works very close with us as architects on other projects, so it's very heavily landscaped on both sides, actually on all four sides.
Gotcha.
And the main entrance is on 60th, and it's got a drivable slot of about 40 feet to prevent vehicles from stacking on 60th. And then on the back side, which is 58th Street, it's a fire department exit only, as required by the City of Hialeah Fire Department.
Gotcha. And my last question, this recreational vehicles, are they gonna be workable? I mean, as far as, they're gonna be visualizing, in other words, they're gonna meet that they're working condition, or they're gonna be, let's say you have an old boat that looks disgusting.
No, they
Right,
have to be, the scrutiny of the security, the selection of the vehicles and the people that are going to be there, they're going to be heavily selected as to what it is exactly that they're going to put on site.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Through the
Well,
chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there gonna be a max size of RVs and boats that can park?
Well,
that-
depending on the slot, I believe the biggest slot is 12 by 35, so.
Yes, you mentioned that earlier. Also, I have another question. Is there's gonna be specific spaces for RVs and boats, like versus like,
Oh,
let's say 10 RVs and 20
It
boats?
depends again on the size of the vehicles.
Okay.
And we want to make the place attractable and beautiful, so it's not going to be, in other words, it'll be very selective as to who goes where and what.
Drainage, because I believe that
Yes.
area gets flooded sometimes, so there's.
It'll go, once we get into the construction document phase, we have a great civil engineer, Sharon Elkworth, and of course, boring and percolation tests will be done, and it will be approved, of course, by the city, the streets department and public works, so I don't foresee zero problem with flood in this area.
Okay, thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So how many parking slots are
Okay,
there
in
gonna be?
total is 81, and there's 3 handicap spaces, which is something that a lot of these places don't have, and there will be 78 units and 3 handicap spaces.
Okay, and I know you mentioned the limit of the lot size was 12 by 35.
Well, they vary.
They vary. The largest one is 12 by 35.
Approximately 12 by 35, yeah.
Okay, is there a limit to the vessels or RVs they could bring in? If someone gets 2 lots, can they bring in like a 60-foot yacht and park it there?
I'm sorry, 12 by 38.
12 by 38. Is there a limit to
Oh,
the?
yes, there will be a limit.
That has to fit within a slot. They
Yeah,
can't get
of
2
course,
slots and
of
park.
course. In other words, once the tenant comes in, they'll go through the process of reviewing who are you, where are you from, what are you doing, what kind of vehicle we want to see. Give me your credentials, give me this and that. Not a fly-by-night is going to come in here and rent the
Mhm. Okay.
space.
They'll go through the process, the developer and owners will control.
Has the applicants done their due diligence, talked to any of the surrounding neighbors and gotten any input as to any concerns?
No, we have not talked to the neighbors. The neighbors have come up and basically posed their objections and so forth, but we have not talked to the neighbors. I have driven around the neighborhood and I've seen some vehicles parked outside that they should be inside a space like this. So that's why we're trying to do.
Okay,
We're
I
trying to do
understand.
something different.
Listen, my 2 cents is I do think this is a very large project. I wish I would have heard from, the applicants a little beforehand because it's a lot to digest. It would change, I think, a lot in that neighborhood. I am okay with proceeding. I know it's on first reading. I just would like to speak to the applicant, maybe sit down because I think we have to straighten out some kinks on this before finalizing it. So that's kind of my
And in
2
addition
cents.
to that, there's restrictions that are set up by the building department and the zoning department that the developers and users have to abide by.
Okay.
Through the chair.
Yes,
Sorry.
ma'am.
Manny, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
So this property, it belongs to the church.
Yes, ma'am.
I visited the church a couple months ago, met a lot of the parishioners there. I know that there's a lot of them here. I'm very surprised and respectfully, right? I'm very surprised that I had seen this lot, and I truly thought, because I knew something was in the works, I wasn't really sure what it was. And I really thought it was either going to be an extension of the church or something that would kind of give back to the community, give back to, the parishioners. I was very surprised to hear that it was going to be a parking lot. I think, my concerns is, you mentioned that this will be a huge improvement to the residential area. I personally feel that a parking lot of RVs and boats to an area that is truly residential, because that is all residential, is really hard, right? So I'm trying to understand how a parking lot, how does this parking lot and the church, what is the combination? Is it just because it's owned by the church and this is an additional business revenue? Can I understand the connection, or how will it impact the church?
I cannot give you any information about the revenue, but I can tell you that presently the easterly most part that runs north-south is an FPL easement full of concrete poles that support the high tension lines. And whatever we're designing and doing here, in our opinion, is going to be a lot better than having it sit as it sits right now. And we feel that it's going to be a precedent for future developments in the area that have similar conditions. That's all I can tell you as far as as an architect, we're going to do the best we can, like we always do, to establish something different and spectacular.
Can you give me a little bit more information on the selection process? Like, what will be the selection process?
Of the people that would rent there, I'm assuming that, of course, dealing with the developer who's going to run the place, we've done plenty of projects with them throughout the city the last 5 or 10 years, and the way they run their business is very straightforward and checks and balance system. That's the only thing that I can tell you. I will not be doing that. They will be doing that. They've always shown me from day one that they're truly professional people, and they start and they finish, and they mean well in what they do. That's all I can tell you.
Yep, I just, I want you to know, and, we have a great relationship, and I'm very happy to see Hialeah residents come out, because at the end of the day, we represent you guys and we want to make the best decisions. It's just, it's hard. This is a very big project. And so it just caught me off guard to see this type of project in a residential, right?
De La Vega, but if you also analyze the fact that the amount of landscaping design that we're putting into the property, it's non-existent at the moment. The fact that there's vagrants at times, blah, blah, all that stuff, that's, it definitely the appearance, yes, there will be vehicles inside, but the amount of landscaping that we're creating as a buffer for both the street and the adjacent neighbors is a lot better than what it is right now, man, with all due respect to you, like you said.
No problem. I mean, unless the council has anything else, but truly, I would like to motion to table it, where maybe we can speak about maybe possibly changing it, but unfortunately, I am not able to support this. I don't feel that this would be a good project. I'm not saying I definitely want to work with the church and see what else we can, but I think, and it's hard, right? Because this is in first reading, so we can't really hear from the residents. But I will tell you, my office has received several emails from residents that live in that area about this. And so I just feel like I don't want to kill it, right? And I'm not sure what the decision of the rest of the council is, but I want to work with the church, but maybe there can be an alternate design here, something a little friendlier for the neighborhood, for single family homes. But that would be my
Okay,
proposal.
keep in mind also that there's high tension wire lines. You don't want pedestrians to be flowing through underneath the high tension power lines, man.
Understood.
So we have to be very careful as to what it is that we design around it. I mean, it would be beautiful to generate a park, but to create a park underneath high tension lines is not the most appropriate thing to do health wise. That's, again, as an architect, that's my opinion.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, through the chair.
Yes, sir.
My opinion is this one, I mean, there is a need for this.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? There is a need. I'm just thinking in my line of thought process is not, contrary, just my thought is there's a need for the city. Are we gonna restrict it? How is it gonna look? Is it gonna be highly a residence? Because our neighborhoods are all full of RVs, so I think there's a need for this. So my only question was, what you answered is that, who is gonna park there? How they're gonna look? It's gonna be selective. It can be a dump, that type of conversation piece is what my concern was, okay? And I guess this was only first reading. We can have second reading on this. So Manny, just so you can know where I'm at is I would love to be only Hialeah residents can rent here, can drop it off, but of course, I'm not limited that. But definitely my concern is the vehicles that are gonna be renting it must meet, workable.
Minimum requirements and stuff.
No.
Well,
workable
I'm
condition.
sorry.
Yeah, workable condition.
Workable.
That have to be in that slot, not dual slots, that type of mentality is where I'm at right now, okay? Just FYI with that, okay? All right.
I
Through
do
the chair.
recognize,
Yeah.
just for the
Nope,
record, we
anybody
do
else?
recognize a motion for your table. We'll keep having discussions, okay? Go ahead, sir.
All right, man, you spoke about landscaping and I see the trees there, but I would like to see a real buffer. That you won't be able to see. I mean, the picture that I see here, I don't know what the intentions are. I don't know if the zoning department recommended something like fuchsia, whatever they're called, or podocarpus or something that really will weave into it and the height. So to buffer it in, and then
Lucia?
Clusia is the word, exactly, that's what it is.
Yeah, we're not at that stage yet because that's part of the schematic design and construction document phase, but we have to follow their guidelines 100%, sir. As far as what it is that they will require for the best buffer. And of course, we're gonna have a landscape architect involved.
But even if it's not a requirement, so something you commit, I mean, it's just the buffer. I mean, that's what I'm saying, is these are the trees that actually weave in together to prevent some people to see, because if you're gonna plant one tree here and one over there, and you're gonna open access through it, it's not so what?
Through the chair, Claudia Husband, planning and zoning official. So the requirements by the zoning code, because they have different type of uses adjacent to this proposal, it is a minimum of a 6-foot precast wall in addition to any kind of landscaping. So you have a physical barrier in between somebody's backyard plus landscaping, plus a wall and landscaping in addition to that. So there will be a physical barrier, which is gonna be a wall, and then landscaping.
Now the wall will be facing north, facing west, and facing south?
Facing east and west. Basically, everything that is adjacent to a single family home.
How about north? I mean, north on the wall might not be required, but the landscaping itself.
The landscaping will be, but not a wall per se, not a requirement. So minimum requirements are to the east and to the west.
I hope, I don't know, in second reading come to us. You gotta close that in. If it's not a wall, that it's not requiring the other end,
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be-
not just have a tree here and tree there, and then everybody has to see that. Right, my second concern there is the exit, when they exit from the property.
Yes.
Because if people exit from that property and head west, you got a problem.
I'm sorry?
The people exit the property. You can exit into 60th Street. The only exit
That's
is
on
gonna
the
be
north
towards 60th
side,
Street.
yes. Well, you can also exit on the back side. That's a fire department exit. You have two, an entrance, the main entrance on 60th Avenue
Right.
and fire exit on 58th Street.
Right.
So it's gonna be it's not gonna be a dead end.
But my issue is exiting to 60th Street,
Mhm.
people making a left heading west
Okay,
with an RV or a boat or whatever during the traffic hour or during the morning or something like that. That's a problem. I know that we have made some requirements like that and something similar but they would have to implement it internally. The people only head east initially.
that is a good option, although the distance from 16th Avenue to the entrance is quite a bit. It's more than the required distance to be able to make a left turn, but the option of making a right turn is a good option.
Yeah, but you got a school immediately after that.
Yes.
And during school hours, in and out, this could be a problem, and
So,
that's my biggest concern about it. So if it's something that can work out for me to second meeting, then it'll be very helpful.
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, security. Are we gonna have security?
Oh, yes, we're gonna have security cameras all throughout.
Physical, like somebody there?
Somebody physically on site, I'm not aware of that. I mean, if it's required, it's required, but I don't have an answer for that. ma'am.
Since I know you're gonna have a wall, so it's not gonna be fenced.
Right, it's gonna be a precast wall on the east and west side, solid 6 foot high.
Okay, and I see there's an entrance there, so anybody can walk in.
Yes,
to the-
that's a new thing that we're developing to the pedestrian entrance on the west side of the property, going in all the way back to 58th Street.
So,
Through the chair.
yes, sir.
Question for you, if there's not gonna be physical security, what about people that, I mean, these RVs have generators, they have water tanks, they have everything you need to live in there. Like, how would we prevent people from staying overnight?
That's gonna be part of, I've discussed that with the developer, and that's gonna be part of the requirement that they're not allowed to stay overnight.
But who enforces it if there's no one on the premise?
Well, that's something that has to be developed by the developer as far as checks, they'll see through the cameras, I guess, and see what is going on, but it's knowing the developer, they basically run a very tight ship, so whatever it is that they need to do, it will be done. I don't have an answer for that, so.
Question for you, the exit on the south side to 58, that's only for fire?
Yes.
So they will not be able to go out,
Well-
because if I'm not mistaken, 58 comes out into residential, correct?
Yeah, well, both sides on 60th and both on 58th is residential, of course.
But 68th is, I mean, at least 60th is sort of a bigger street. 58th, they won't have access in or out, correct?
That's a
Like,
fire exit.
unless they're fire, okay.
Yes.
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's going to enforce, since they're not gonna have a physical security there, who's
Going to enforce what?
who's going to enforce that they're not gonna do mechanic work there, for instance?
Part of the bylaws and signature of execution that they're gonna be doing. That's stated on my
And
explanation. There's not gonna be any water, no mechanics work, no electricity, none of that.
So, and whoever's checking the security
Yeah.
cameras, I'm assuming it's going like at 3 in the morning if somebody wants
Right,
to.
well,
go
it'll
and-
be,
and
the
work.
hours will be controlled as to when
Okay.
the project will be activated as far as in and out, but I'm sure there's a starting point in the morning and a starting point in the afternoon or late in the afternoon that I said is closed after that.
So for instance, if somebody is going to go to the beach and they're gonna take out their boat, they cannot get there at 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning.
Well, it's supposed to be sunrise to sunset, so that's something that they're gonna have to control.
Okay.
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a couple questions. Claudia, in that area, is there any other type of construction or what else can be built in that area?
So basically the land use existing, because right now we are addressing the land use component. It is transportation and major institution. So that is what is currently in the land. Okay,
Okay.
so potentially a school can be developed there, a daycare can be developed, even a hospital can be developed, a major institution. So it is a land use that it has a wide range of uses that it can be placed in there. Then it has a zoning classification of R1 because churches are allowed in R1. And as he has mentioned, this section, it's basically restricted by the FPL easement that it has been granted over the years.
Okay, thank you. You wanna, okay. I have another question is, there is a very similar parking for boats, RVs, and tractors. I would probably say less than a mile away, probably half a mile. So do we have any restrictions? I know in some of our development, you can't be within certain distance.
No, we don't have any restrictions in terms of distance separations. No, we
Mhm.
don't have it.
Okay, and I just bring that up because, this area is such a beautiful area. I mean, all of Hialeah is beautiful, right? But it's like, if we have one already and now we're approving another one, at what point do we stop, right? And then my last question is 58th, where it's, because that is a residential street. How can I understand, how is it that only fire, how does that work?
Well, that's the conversation that I had with Mr. Diaz and Rick Gonzalez as far as, being only used for fire exit. It could be brought back to them in other conversations to allow it to exit towards 58th Street. But I don't think that's a plus, because 60th Street is a much, much more of a commercial street to get out and in than it is in the back.
Right, and that's a residential area. I think that would be a really big problem if we have RVs coming out on a street
That's
residential.
Conversations and thoughtfulness on their behalf is mainly a fire exit. If you go to other developments similar, you can see that there's an entry and then there's a fire exit in the back for the fire department to be able to facilitate to come in and out quickly with their equipment.
Okay, thank you.
So through the chair.
Yes, sir.
Again, I'm not against it. I just have a lot of questions. All of us have a lot of questions that are not being answered right now to 100%. And it's a land use, I know it is. I don't have a problem with it yet. I feel comfortable with it, but just for the council itself, I think a lot of questions should be answered. So I'm gonna second the table motion on it, just so we can get organized and be sure the next reading will be, that's my opinion. Just so we can all be comfortable with some questions here, okay?
We have a second motion to table. Can I make a comment before just to prepare if it's gonna go that way? I agree with their concerns, which could be clarified. In the future. Okay, obviously there is a problem with, we understand it'll be closed from 11 to 5. 11 PM it closes, nobody else can come in and out till 5 AM. You don't know the answer to this, I'm sure. Is there gonna be a person who's gonna come lock a gate of sorts at 11 PM and 5 AM?
No, the gates.
And open it again at 5 AM?
As far as I know, the gates close by themselves. They're automatically controlled by.
All right, the gates closed by this. Again, there's a lot of restrictions here as far as mechanical repairs, maintenance operations, cleaning, recreation. But if there's no eyeballs on it, the concern here is, I understand cameras, but we have to rely on somebody monitoring the cameras at all times. Because all these are nice and proper. We have a place about 2 miles south of that, right on this easement, which has become a nefarious no man's land. And you know that. This looks nothing like that. So you're gonna have the wall. We discussed that, separating the residential, that's abutting, where it abuts residential, there's gonna be a privacy wall, 6 foot, and then some landscaping. No water and sewer connections, meaning it's not conducive to people living there unless that was a legitimate concern. There's somebody with a generator and their own water supply that goes in, but there has to be eyeballs looking at that, to see if that's going on. I understand what you've given to the city. It's like the church is getting some out of this and the business owners getting something out of this. What are we getting out of this? I understand, just for the council to understand, and what I understand here is we're getting a public walking trail, right? That's on the west side. We can see it here. That goes from 60 to 58th. And that's going to be open to the public, right?
Yes, sir.
That's going to be, okay. Is that open all night, or do you know if that closes?
No, that's gonna have to be closed. In my opinion, it has to be closed at the same time.
Yeah, we don't
as
want
the,
that.
whatever the
Okay.
facilities is.
Okay, if anybody can think of anything they want them to clarify, and it says you'll have, they're submitting to a monthly, and I guess they're paying for a monthly code compliance inspection, it
Yes.
says here,
Yes.
right? Okay. And, if anybody is observed, but in order to observe, I guess a camera can observe, it says if somebody is observed residing on the property, they will be asked to leave within 24 hours. But again, with no eyeballs there, somebody monitoring the cameras would have to be up at 3 a.m. looking at the cameras and see that there's no, no lights going on. But does anybody else have anything that's outside of here that we want to tell the lobbyists that they need to give us more information on? So he'll know what to come back with? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, I think like what we're saying is maybe something monitored. I know 81 spaces is not something that, maybe, I don't know if it's feasible to have somebody monitoring it, but I think that's the concern.
Yeah.
The one that's up north that the Vice President De La Vega spoke about, that's right on 76th Street. Is that the one you
Yeah.
talked
Yes,
about?
close to the park,
Right.
Parkman Park.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that one abuts industrial, so that's an advantage. And that one used to, I don't know, that does have a 24-hour attendant who lives in one of the RVs there. This might not be zoned for that at this point, but that, that's
Through
those
there.
eyeballs there constantly.
Yeah, there is somebody there. I need a long time.
There used to be, yeah.
I needed a rental
yeah.
there, and yes, there was a security.
Yeah,
guard,
yeah.
somebody living there.
Uh-huh, okay. So, we have, I'm gonna have to go through this. We have, two motions for tabling it to when were you thinking table? To next week's meeting or,
No,
hey, too soon?
no, I think that the mayor said there wouldn't be any
There's no
zoning board.
Would be the
No planning,
24th.
so if we table it, it would be for the 24th of February. Okay, so is that what you want to motion to table till the 24th?
Yes, and I do
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
question. So we table it, it'll come back at first reading, correct? Because all these concerns that we have, I did want to make sure if this is something that we discuss to pass, that it would be in a covenant. Do we discuss it at the next meeting, or are you coming to us at the next meeting with the covenant?
We have a covenant right now.
And can you tell me exactly what's in the
Yes.
covenant?
The covenant basically reflects the staff report conditions, basically everything that it was discussed during the planning and zoning meeting. So I'm going to read them. That the applicant prefers a declaration of restriction limiting the use of the properties to be used only as recreational vehicles and boats, and access and activities on site shall be prohibited between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. 7 days a week. Commercial trucks are prohibited, and activities such as mechanical repairs, maintenance operations, and/or cleaning of the recreational vehicles and boats are prohibited. And that the east and west property lines adjacent to the single-family homes, a 6-foot precast wall with a lush landscaping and constructed prior to the initial operations of the commercial parking lot. And no sewer, no water connections are to be established to service any of the recreational vehicles and/or boats while parked at the surface parking lot. And that the applicants provide a pedestrian-friendly path to future connections into the linear park. And that the site received the monthly code enforcement inspection once operations have been legally established to confirm compliance with the proper declaration of restrictions. And should any suspicious activities be observed related to someone residing in the recreational vehicles, the property owner shall ensure that the vehicle is removed from the property within the 24 hours.
So some of the things that I wrote down that were concerns from the council was, and I guess we can discuss if we wanted to add this in the covenant so that when it's presented to us, was someone mentioned only Hialeah residents. Is that something we would want to? So let me just mention them. Only Hialeah residents, workable condition. So they have to be workable condition, and having a security guard there physically. Everything else, it looks like was checked off. So no sewer or water connection, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. and no mechanical repairs or the other things that were mentioned that are in the covenant.
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
The concern that I have in regards to it being only open to the Hialeah residents is that at the end of the day, we cannot mandate that a local preference be given to a
Right.
private company.
Understood.
So it's not city land, this is not a procurement of a competitive bid process where that type of preference can be given. So we don't want to impede in commerce
Okay.
to
Okay.
that extent. So
understood.
legally, it may not pass muster.
Thank you.
No.
Through the chair, just one
Yes,
more
ma'am.
question. I'm sorry. Lighting. Is,
The lighting, yes. We have the lighting poles that are gonna be put in as far as based on the photometrics, and they'll have buffers.
Mhm.
So the light will not spill on the east or west side, so they'll have the baffles already designed, which is part of the presentation that you have.
and the owner will be responsible for.
Oh, yes, of course.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Through the chair. So going back to workable condition, I didn't mean workable. I mean, yeah, of course, workable, but presentable. You know, not like a dump looking, I seen some horror stories out there. I've seen it. You know, I seen a trailer and I seen a boat just riggedy dick, and I don't want that to be part of the rental or just something to just dump there. So, I guess workable condition, we can say it's, it works, you know, it has, you know, starts and, yeah. So Manny, these are serious concerns, you know, and I know the neighborhood, I'm trying to work with both sides here. I know the neighborhood doesn't want it. So I understand there's a need for it. So I want to see how we can work. That's why I'm asking all these questions, okay?
Okay.
All right, and, so please, when you present, if it's tabled, workable condition, maybe we can clear it up a little bit. That's, you know, something that's being used, you know, once every 6 months or something like that, okay? Again, I think there's a need for it. I think the areas, like you say, is a nice one right now for a certain degree. I think if it's done right, maybe the visual is gonna be looking good. And to Councilman Gonzalez here, if we can specify the greenery, I don't know the word that we're gonna have, not just have a tree. You know, is it gonna be, you can't see inside, or Mr. Gonzalez, you were saying, something
Yeah.
that can be blocked to be from the outside.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just for the record, as far as abandoned vehicles, and it gets more extensive than that, a workable vehicle is probably, we're gonna need a tag, an active tag on every boat trailer, every boat, every RV. And of course, one of the other basics of an abandoned vehicle, a tag.
Thank you. Yeah.
And 4 tires or 6 tires or whatever, of course, you know, once it's on the ground, and I know that's gonna be easy. By the way, and please clarify before we take the role, Madam Attorney, or this is what we're discussing right now is the land use. So it is okay for us to contact the solicitor here, or you to contact us before the next meeting. That's okay, and one at a time, and have discussion, see what everybody's feelings are about this, and you know what needs to be tweaked. Right?
I'm gonna meet with ownership and
Yeah.
the developer. And then they'll have to get together with the zoning department and us, and then establish something to answer all the questions that the council
Yeah.
people have. And it's all gonna be documented and in
But
writing.
you're at liberty to contact us, right? Yeah, in this case, you're at liberty to
That
contact
yet
us. Yeah.
individually, you can
Individually.
be contacted, but as a legislative body, the action will only be taken on the dais.
Right, gotcha. Thank you, Manny. Any other comments before we take the roll? No, we got to take the roll anyway. Go ahead. We have 2 motions to table till the 24th.
Motion to postpone until February 24th, 2026 at 5:30 PM. Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is postponed until February 24th, 2026.
Thank you. We're gonna read G, read it into the record, right? And we'll probably end up tabling that one as well, right? Let's do that now. In the meantime, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we were gonna advance to G anyway. But in the meantime, I'd like to acknowledge it's not open for public discussion, pero you can rise. Levántese todos los que están aquí a favor, que vinieron del proyecto, me dijeron. These are persons who are here, and thank you for your patience.
In favor?
And these folks are most of the members of the church, and they came in favor. So you can come back on February 24th. Febrero 24 pueden regresar. Okay. Let's read G. Thank you. Ya pueden sentarse, gracias. Enseguida se van a poder ir. Vamos a terminar con un formalismo y ya, la parte de ustedes se acaba. You want to, Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Is anybody here, just to be acknowledged, that is against this project? Again, okay. You see, okay. don't, no worries. The same way that I didn't allow them to speak today, please come back on the 24th and it'll be first reading. You know, it's not going to be said and done by the 24th. Don't worry, okay? And then I have to, but to be fair, let all of them comment. Don't worry, nothing's been done today. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Nothing's been done today. We're going to look out for the residents. Don't worry. You want to read G? Is everybody okay reading G into the record, Madam Clerk?
First reading of proposed ordinance rezoning property from R1, one family district, and R2, 1 and 2 family residential district to C2 liberal retail commercial district for the properties identified by folio number 042035 0010550 and a portion of approximately 160.13 feet by 295.07 feet, approximately 1.08 acres of the property located at 1550 West 60th Street, Hialeah, zoned R2, 1 and 2 family residential district, and R1, 1 family district, and legally described in Exhibit A. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Okay, this one is dependent on the land use, so we're going to have to make a decision on this one for motioning it as well. Do I have a motion to table to the 24th? So we have a motion from Luis Rodriguez, and we have a second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Please call the roll.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero, Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is postponed until February 24th, 2026 at 5:30 PM.
And you, thank you.
Thank you.
Manny, can you please, this is the resident, unless you already have a report with you, get her information and if so
I'll
she
talk
can
to
talk
her
to
when
you
I'm
too
done.
and give you some input.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll see you all febrero 24 a las 5:30. Thank you. See you all. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Okay. We're going back to land, final decision 16A. Thank you, everyone else, for your patience.
Proposed resolution approving the final decision of the Planning and Zoning Board, decision number 2025-12, allowing an interior west side setback of 3.80 feet where 7.5 feet are required, allow a rear setback of 9.77 feet where 20 feet are required for an existing aluminum roof to be legalized, allow a distance separation of 3.55 feet between 313.2 square foot metal shed and the main residence, where 10 feet is a minimum required, and allow a rear setback of 16 feet where 20 feet are required for an existing aluminum roof to be legalized. Property located at 651 West 53rd Street, Hialeah, zoned R1, one family district, and providing for an effective date.
16A is resolution open to discussion in the dais. Go ahead, Ms. Hasboon. I guess they're going to
This is-
clean up their act.
Yes,
according
this
to
is a
condition.
final decision. Yes, there is a legalization for several items, and we have met with the property owners at the office, and they have accepted all the conditions, but the owners are here, so to.
Does anybody have it? Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for the owner?
Motion to approve with conditions.
That's your question? Motion to approve with conditions from Councilman Luis Gonzalez. Second from Councilman Luis Rodriguez. Call the roll.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
All good. Thank you. 17, Land Use Amendment 17A, please.
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance amending the future land use map from low-density residential to transit-oriented development district. Property located at 1002 East 19th Street and 1012 East 19th Street, Hialeah, zoned R1, one family district, and legally described herein. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Second reading on this item, open for public discussion. Certainly from the dais. Would you like to, anybody have any questions for Mr. Mestre?
Good afternoon, Cesar Mestre with offices at 8105 Northwest 155th Street, along with Manny Reos, the architect on this project. First of all, Councilman Gonzalez, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
And
Appreciate it.
actually, this is a full circle moment. This item is a TOD, which I believe was passed when you were
Yes.
here originally. And I don't know if you've driven by there, but a lot of these projects have actually come into fruition.
Yeah.
It's redoing the whole area with the vision that you guys had way back when. This one is a double lot that they purchased, 17,000 square feet. Pursuant to the TOD, they could have gone to 48 units. The proposal is 33. It's a medium, mid-rise building. For land use purposes, it's serviced by a pump station that is in okay status. School concurrency is being reviewed and they will let us know, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of school concurrency. Roads and infrastructure is there. So based on staff's recommendation of approval, P&Z's recommendation of approval, I would ask you for a vote of approval tonight regarding the land use portion.
We have a motion from Councilman Rodriguez, Luis Rodriguez,
Second.
second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Please call the roll.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega? Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you. Zoning item 18A.
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance rezoning property from R1 One Family District to TOD Transit Oriented Development District, granting a variance permit to allow a single-use multifamily residential building with 33 units where a vertical mix of uses is required, to allow a front setback of 15.7 feet where 20 feet are required, to allow 7.5% pervious area where 10% is the minimum pervious area required, to allow partial waiver of minimum landscape requirements through landscape mitigation as per section 98-2235, and to allow the mitigation of one parking space as per section 98-1546 subsection B1, all in contrast to Hialeah Code of Ordinances sections 98-1538, 98-1544, and section E of the Hialeah Landscape Manual, updated July of 2025, entitled Tree and Lawn Requirements by Zoning Classification. Property is located at 1002 East 19th Street and 1012 East 19th Street, Hialeah, zoned R1, One Family District, and legally described herein. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion from Councilman.
Second reading, sir.
Sorry, it's on okay. I'm acknowledging we have a motion from Councilman Gonzalez, but it is open for public discussion. Anyone in the audience? Barring that, we have a motion on the dais. Second from Councilman Luis Rodriguez. Please call the roll.
Ms. De La Vega? Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item B.
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance granting a variance permit to allow a detached oversized carport with an area of 540 square feet, where 400 square feet is the maximum square footage allowed. Allow a distance separation of 0 feet between an existing 275 square foot shed and the oversized carport, where 10 feet is the minimum required. Allow a distance separation of 4 feet between a covered terrace and the oversized carport, where 10 feet is the minimum required, and allow the existing accessory structures to exceed 35% of the size of the main building, all in contrast to Hialeah Code of Ordinances, section 98-1669, subsection A, 98-502, and 98-1666. Property located at 600 Northeast First Place, Hialeah, zoned R1, One Family District, and legally described herein. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
This item is on second reading and open for public discussion. Any questions or pleasure of the council?
Motion.
Second.
Motion from Councilman Marrero and second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Please call the roll.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good night. Item D.
Item C, sir.
C. I'm in a hurry here.
Second
Item
reading
C.
and public hearing of proposed ordinance granting a variance permit to allow the construction of a duplex on a substandard lot having a lot width of 50 feet where 75 feet are required. Allow a lot area of 6,750 square feet where 7,500 square feet are required. Allow an interior east and west side setback of 5 feet 1 inch where 7.5 feet are required. And allow a lot coverage of 33.18% where 30% is the maximum lot coverage allowed. All in contrast to Hialeah Code of Ordinances, Section 98-544, 98-546, and Section E of the Hialeah Landscape Manual, updated July of 2025, entitled Tree and Lawn Requirements by Zoning Classification. Property located at 60 East 14th Street, Hialeah, zoned R2, 1 and 2 Family Residential District, and legally described herein. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. This item is on second reading and open for public discussion. Otherwise, pleasure of the council. Are you here representing this one?
Yes, I am.
I'm sorry, your name has not been registered as a lobbyist, has it?
Well, he is ready.
I'm messing with you. Stand by, stand by.
I will never criticize the
Stand
city
by.
clerk's office. I will never do that. They're one of my favorite departments
Better be.
because
Yeah.
because it's the only department that administration usually don't mess with. And they always done their work. And, as a independent constitutional office, they know what they're doing. I do like and love the zoning department, even though they get messed with by administration sometimes. And they also have my full respect and admiration, but they work on the different lights. My name is Frank De La Paz, 11,000 Southwest 104th Street, Miami, Florida. On behalf of the applicant, I will take this short moment to congratulate those new members of of the city council that I have not congratulated before. After so many years, it feels like deja vu, going back in time, which I don't know if it will be nice
I
or
feel the
not.
same way, Frank. I feel the
But-
same way.
It's nice to see you here again.
Likewise.
I am pretty sure you will have a nameplate with the same font that the rest, because we don't make those mistakes anymore. We now continue the same font on every nameplate.
Must be using the same vendor.
I guess so, which I don't want to mention in case there's a
And it must
conflict
become
there.
Motion to approve.
Any
See how
questions
quickly-
regarding the project?
See how quickly this romance. We have a motion from Councilman Luis Gonzalez, second from Councilman Luis Rodriguez. Please call the roll.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry,
It is set for second reading.
I said,
Yeah, he did open it
Yeah.
for public
open it to the
participation.
public. Yes, okay.
Mr.
Thank you.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero, Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega. Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you, Frank. Item D. Item
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance granting a variance permit to allow an attached oversized carport with an area of 424 square feet, where 400 square feet is the maximum square footage allowed. Allow a distance separation of 0 feet between an existing aluminum terrace and the oversized carport, and allow an interior west side setback of 2 feet where 6 feet are required for an existing aluminum terrace to be legalized. All in contrast to Hialeah Code of Ordinances, Section 98-1669, subsection 8, 98-502, and 98-501. Property located at 660 East 38th Street, Hialeah, zoned R1, one family district, and legally described herein. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
This item is on second reading, open for public discussion. Is there anybody here I know you're in favor of it. Anybody here otherwise for it? Okay. Second reading, does anyone have any you are, sir, Ronald?
Yeah.
Travieso?
Yeah.
Right. Does anyone have any questions for Ronald Travieso?
Motion
Is-
to approve.
Is there anything you would like to tell us about
No, no,
this?
I'm okay with. No, I don't have anything.
Can you just explain to me what it is?
What is what I'm doing right now?
Yes.
I'm trying to legalize an aluminum terrace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Claudia.
Oh, sorry.
If I may, so
Yes,
he got a code violation, so there were several issues that they were found. He bought the property recently, but he's also preparing to, sell the property. So we took, because they came for this item of an oversized carport, but then there were several other issues that he's legalizing as well. In terms of details, basically, he has an oversized carport that they didn't have a permit when it was constructed. The maximum size of the carport is 400 square feet, and they built it up to 424 feet,
Okay.
square feet. It was not separated properly from the main house, so it doesn't have any separation. And there was another terrace also within a lesser setback that is required. Where actually is only 2 feet and 6 inches. 2 feet, where
Okay.
6 feet is required.
Thank
Sorry.
you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll second.
We have a second from Vice President De La Vega. Please call the roll. Who was our first again?
did.
Remind me. Luis Gonzalez, thank you. Who had the first motion. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero, Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez. Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing the right thing. Yeah. Item E, please.
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance granting a special use permit to allow the operation of an entertainment facility, indoor dry slide and action park with no alcohol to be sold or served and no amusement machines to be permitted within a property zoned M1 Industrial District pursuant to Hialeah Code of Ordinances, Section 98-161. Property located at 3890 West 18th Avenue, Hialeah, zoned M1 Industrial District, and legally described in Exhibit A, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. This item is on second reading, open to public discussion. Barring anyone here for that, does anyone have any further questions for the applicant? Motion for the slip and slide, what's it called again?
Slick City.
Slick City. Thank you, sir.
I'll second that.
We had a motion from
Rodriguez.
Councilman Luis Rodriguez, second from Vice President De La Vega. Please call the roll.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Mr. Zogby.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Good luck to you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Can't
You
wait.
can keep us informed once everything is set. We would love to. I have kids, so excited for that. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yes, there you go.
Did I give you the key to the city already, man? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay. Item F, thank you.
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance granting a special use permit to allow the expansion of the neighborhood business district overlay in relation to a proposed mixed-use development, including 71 residential units pursuant to Hialeah Code of Ordinances, Section 98-161, granting a variance permit to allow 59 multifamily units, 83%, with an area less than 700 square feet, where 700 square feet is a minimum required, and only 25% of residential units may have an area of 500 square feet. Allow a front setback of 5.66 feet, where 10 feet built to line are required for the balconies fronting East 4th Avenue. Allow side setbacks of 1 foot, where 10 feet built to line are required for all balconies facing East 2nd Street and East 3rd Street. Allow 19.16% pervious area, where 30% pervious area as the minimum required, and allow partial waiver of minimum landscape requirements through landscape mitigation as per section 98-2235, all in contrast to Hialeah Code of Ordinances, section 98-1630.2, 98-1630.3, subsection E, and in contrast to the Hialeah Landscape Manual dated December 13, 2022, section E entitled Tree and Lawn Requirements by Zoning Classification. Properties located at 250 East 4th Avenue and folio number 04311800061820. Hialeah Zone CR, Commercial Residential District, and legally described in Exhibit A. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
This item is on second reading, open for public discussion. If there is none, does anyone up here have any questions for my friend Bill Riley? Everybody's friend, Bill Riley. Motion from Luis Rodriguez, Councilman Luis Rodriguez. Second from Councilman Marrero. Please call the roll.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega? Mr. Rodriguez? Mr. Gonzalez? Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero? Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. I say that nobody here really has a personal relationship with you, but you're always such a joy that you're always smiling and everybody likes it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, item
H.
here's the sad part, the last item. Item H, please.
First reading of proposed ordinance granting a variance permit to allow an interior north side setback of 1.5 feet where 2 feet 7 inches are required for the legalization of an existing metal roof within a legal non-conforming property. In contrast to Hialeah Code of Ordinances, section 98-1372, property located at 4938 East 11th Avenue, Hialeah, zoned M1, M3, industrial district, and legally described herein. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
This item is on first reading, open for our discussion. Does anybody have any questions for Claudia or, did you say motion, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Okay, thank you.
through the chair.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We have a motion from Councilman Rodriguez. Go ahead, ma'am. Yeah.
Mr. Barroso? Yes. Can you just give me quickly like what is going to be done in this property? I see is this do you guys store cars here or?
No, so we that's my business. Small business. We sell heavy equipment, construction equipment. We are trying to legalize a roof. I bought that property with that roof, and then I need to legalize it.
Okay.
So the property is industrial. Probably what you're seeing on Google doesn't show what is currently right now in there. So not all the vehicles are currently parked in that lot. We did an inspection when it did the presentation to planning and zoning. The property owner has been working with our offices. They had improved that property. And as he mentioned, this it's a large lot with a very small office. It's not even a warehouse, and that canopy, that huge and large canopy, was done basically without permits. And he has been working to legalize that and to do another improvements throughout the property.
Okay, thank you. I'll second.
Second from Council Vice President De La Vega. Please call the roll.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez? Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. Perez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved. Second reading and public hearing is scheduled for February 24th, 2026.
Unless there's any further discussion from the council, we'll see you all February 3rd at 5:30. This meeting is adjourned at 8:19 PM.